Friday morning, it's your boy, K. Reed. It's the last day before winter break. If you are associated with any school district out there, we salute the teachers. Shout out Dina Rose, the love of my life, who's the hardest working teacher I know and the best teacher of all time. Not because she just married me, but because it's true. She's beautiful and I love you. She's one of my many subscribers and my #1 fan. Hi, babe. Tonight is the night. Notre Dame, Indiana, in South Bend at Notre Dame Stadium. I don't know what else to say. I'm nervous. I literally have panic attacks when I watch Notre Dame. It's like no other. I root for Notre Dame. I root for the Yankees. I root for the Rangers. I root for the Knicks. I root for the New York Football Giants. Who stink? They stink. They're really bad. They're so bad. Notre Dame gives me more anxiety than anybody else because in college football, until this year, where there's now 12-team playoff, there's actually anxiety on every game before this year because for Notre Dame not being in a conference, one loss means they're probably not going to make the playoff. One loss this year was to Northern Illinois, and thank God there's 12 teams in the playoff. Northern Illinois in the middle of the season came into Notre Dame Stadium. They embarrassed them. They ran all over them. They couldn't do anything. Notre Dame couldn't move the ball. Riley Leonard looked like he never played football before. Different team now. Notre Dame has come on strong with their run game. They have a two-headed monster. Their offensive line is elite. Their running backs are sick. The quarterback is fine. Riley Leonard will run the ball for first downs. He's a big boy. He will not slide. He will dive into your defensive player. He will fall over that first down line for you. He will do what it takes to win the game. His arm is not going to impress you. He's not going to drop back 50 times a game and sling it all around. The Notre Dame game plan is simple. Run, run, run. Take a sip of water. Run some more. Marcus Freeman likes to get a little. Who's the coach of Notre Dame? For those that don't know, you should know. If you follow @KReedPod and know that I'm a big Notre Dame fan. Marcus Freeman gets a little, I don't know, bold sometimes is a good word. Instead of, for instance, USC game, they run it down their throats. Instead of running the ball, running out the clock, making it a 3-4 score game in favor of Notre Dame, he decides to start passing it at the end, letting USC back in the game. USC had a very good young quarterback. He threw it all over Notre Dame. Notre Dame was able to win handily, 2 touchdowns. But if Marcus Freeman gets like that tonight, Notre Dame might be in some trouble. Indiana is well coached. They're a well-organized team. And I think they're going to try to throw it all over Notre Dame tonight. I don't know if they have the big boys inside to run it on Notre Dame. Notre Dame's defense is good, but they are susceptible to the pass. I don't think that their defensive backs are that elite. They are very athletic. They are in the average to good range. Their defense as a unit is very, very good. I wouldn't say elite. You can't lose to Northern Illinois. And it wasn't the defense's fault, but in reality, Northern Illinois shouldn't be able to march into South Bend and score any points. That's why you schedule a freaking team like that. They pay Northern Illinois to show up. That's basically what colleges do. They'll give these crap or shittier teams money for their school to show up and get their ass whooped. Well, guess what? They got paid to come into South Bend to whoop their ass. So Notre Dame was very embarrassed. After that game, they are a different team. They seem to come together well. Yes, they've beaten the armies of the world, the navies of the world. Fine. USC, fine. Notre Dame's best win was Texas A&M, game 1 at Kyle Field, down in Texas. Texas A&M became a good win They were not very good team in the beginning, but they got hot in the end. So the win became good on paper. That's probably their biggest win of the season after it's all said and done. Obviously, their worst loss, and the only loss, was Northern Illinois. Tonight, I think Notre Dame runs it down their throat. I think Indiana keeps it close early, may even take an early lead. But Notre Dame will find a way. They will rely on their two-headed monster at running back. And I think my prediction, Notre Dame 31, Indiana 21. That's 52. That's my prediction. I'm not gonna, that obviously you win the side there, right? -7.5 going into the game. I believe the over-under is at 50 right now, so the over would hit. I do like Notre Dame to win this game by 10 points, maybe more. If Indiana doesn't come out hot, this has the potential of Notre Dame winning by 3 touchdowns. I don't like to talk about Notre Dame. I don't like to bet on Notre Dame, even though I love betting, and I love you guys. I love all my subscribers at KReedPod on YouTube, Instagram, X, Apple Podcasts. Like, comment, subscribe, share this channel with your friend. We've hit 23x, 35x on Sunday for our 4-man anytime TD parlay. We were 2x this week. Touchdowns didn't work for us last night. Some no names got in the end zone. We'll shake that off. When you have the Chargers and Broncos playing, we barely even know the players. So we just got to pick the top ones and pray to baby Jesus and St. Ignatius that they score. They didn't. But today is bigger than that. Today is bigger than that little tiny loss because it starts college football playoffs tonight, 8 p.m., South Bend. Notre Dame, Indiana. I got Notre Dame by 10, 31, 21. So that gives you the over. That gives you the side. And that gives you the straight up. And who's more straight up than K. Reed, your boy, who is the best reverser? Reverser? Is that a word? In the world. So be there tonight. I am going to attempt to go live tonight at KReedPod. We're going to try to go live for the first quarter. We're going to try to get that good juju into Notre Dame. We're going to try to go the good vibes. We're going to send them the good vibes. Remember when we did the hex on T. Higgins? We did the thing, we did the throat thing, and we were like, T. Higgins. It's the opposite today. We're going to go woogity, 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 woogity. That gives the good vibes to Notre Dame. I'm very nervous. I don't even like talking about it. But we got to talk about it, don't we? Because we're on a gambling podcast, and it's a big night. And it's a big night for me. It's a big night for Notre Dame. It's the ability for Notre Dame to show that when shittier teams, lesser than teams come in, they can win. I've been heartbroken my whole life. Notre Dame has let me down my whole life. When Notre Dame has run into an SEC team or a top ACC school like Clemson, they pee down their legs, they run for the hills, they hide, they get under the blankie. You can't see me. No, I don't want to play. They can't do that. They can't do that. Knock on wood, let's just say, I'm not saying anything, but let's just say they get past this game. We roll into Georgia. Then we'll find the real test. In all honesty, this shouldn't be a test for Notre Dame. This should be exercise, a practice, a scrimmage, and they should handle business. But we know Notre Dame's history, and we know that they will let us down, i.e. Northern Illinois. So let's get together today. Let's have a good day. Enjoy work. Be safe if you're traveling. Seatbelts, hands at 10 and 2. Do not do Through the Wheel podcast. You're not as entertaining as I am. You're not as funny. You don't have the knowledge. So just focus on the road. Focus on your family. I'm able to do this I'm one of the greatest people alive, maybe top 26 people ever created in the world. So this is not for everybody. Don't do this. Don't do through the wheel with your family. There will be a fiery explosion. People will be sad, and you'll be on the news. Let the professionals handle the in-car podcast. That's your boy, K Reed. Instagram, YouTube, X, Apple Podcasts. Like, comment, subscribe. 56 subscribers. Let's get out to 75 by Christmas, please. Let's share this with your friends, your family, your buddies, your enemies, everybody you know. Let's go ND, go Irish. We got to crush this ant, Indiana. Indiana doesn't deserve to be on this field tonight. But there's always something in the back of your mind as a Notre Dame fan that will tell you, oh shit, no matter who they're playing. They could play people with no arms or no legs, and they're just coming out with a football helmet and pads. And sometimes when you're a Notre Dame fan, you're like, oh, they got a shot tonight. That running back looks good. And that's how it is as a Notre Dame fan. So we're not going to get up too high yet. We're not going to get too low. We're going to stay even keel. We're going to focus on the run tonight. If you're watching Notre Dame, drop back, not by. They're not going to drop by your house tonight. They're going to be busy. Drop back to pass a bunch tonight. We might be in trouble. And you'll know that early on. If they don't run the ball, I don't know. If Riley Leonard has more than 30, 35 pass attempts, we're in trouble. And that's where we have to lie. The run game is the key. The run game will set us free. And please, please, won't you subscribe to me? And that's how I'm going to end it, on a rhyme, because I like to rhyme. Shout out to our presenting sponsor, Lube Squad. We are a local oil company that provides superior products at a lower cost to you and your company. From the great white north, from the deep Texas South, straight to our refinery in Chicago, and straight to your company. Lube Squad is second to none. The best oil business around. Customer service. Somebody that you can rely on. Shout out Stu. Shout out C-Fan. Shout out the Life Advisors. Shout out everybody who's watched Notre Dame let them down in the past. Tonight's different. We're going to run the ball. We're going to get a note to Marcus Freeman. We're going to tell him, hey, bud, you're off tonight. Riley Leonard's going to hand the ball off 75 times. And then you win a ball game by 10, and we move on to the next. So those are my picks. I'm going to take Notre Dame spread and over. Shout out Nick Trapini. I used your government name. I'm sorry, Nick. Nicky T. I don't know how to edit, so he's in it. He's in the podcast now. But I'm excited about Notre Dame, so I I'm shouting out my friend's government. That's okay. He'll forgive me, I think. We'll see. Could have lost a friend tonight, but let's not lose this bet. Notre Dame -7.5 is the pick, and the over. It's your boy. It's a great night. I'm trying not to be too loud. I'm trying to be calm all day long, because that's what we need to be. We can't be up or too down for Notre Dame. And if you are a Notre Dame fan, if you bleed Notre Dame, you know that we can't say, we're going to pound them, we're going to get in their ass, and we're going to turn them around and put them in the dirt. You do that, then they lose by 30. If you get too down, then they'll surprise you in the beginning. You'll be up by a touchdown in 1 minute, and then all of a sudden they lose 42-7. So this is the state of a Notre Dame fan right here, right in the middle, right centered. Your chi is good. Your flow is good. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. Stay right in the middle. It's where you want to be. But I want to get at K Reed Pod wants to get jacked up. So like, comment, subscribe at K Reed Pod. Go Irish!